Hi again, and welcome to today's top story. One of the top stories closer to Christmas is that we have to start thinking about our taxes, right? Because tax season is coming up right after Christmas. You got to start thinking about it. Start getting all your stuff organized and find out exactly what it is you need. To help us with that information from Liberty Taxes is Melissa Unitic. Unitic? Unitic. Melissa Unitic, thank you very much for coming in and joining us. What is it that is the biggest misconception, because you've been doing this for a few years now, that people have when they come to you with their tax forms? They walk in and they say, here's my tax form.
They forget their deductions. I would say that the biggest thing overlooked is deductions. So especially when it comes to things like medical.
Oh, really?
Yes. So especially if they haven't claimed it in the past and all of a sudden their daughter or son is having braces this year. Mm-hmm. So they don't realize that, oh, now I can finally claim it because it's such a huge amount, dollar-wise.
I wish I'd have known that.
The other one is people don't realize that they can claim their medical marijuana. So if you have a prescription for it,
right,
you're allowed to claim that.
Now, how do we find out what we can claim and what we can't claim? Because I think so many people, that's their biggest concern. You know, they don't have any idea. They don't have knowledge of what it is that they can claim. I think we come to you to look for the loopholes for us. You know
Usually.
What I mean? Yeah, yeah.
For medical, basically anything with a prescription is claimable, including if you have to have a support animal.
Oh.
Because you have a prescription, basically the doctor says you must have it. So
right.
It covers all of that. So there's medical.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of knows they can deduct their RSPs. Mm-hmm. If you're in school, your tuition is deductible. If you're a parent of a child in school, you might have the ability to transfer it to the parent. I think the biggest mistake people make on that one is the parents assume, oh, I paid for school, I can deduct it.
Yes.
No, it has to go on the child's return first.
Oh, okay.
If the child doesn't need it, then they can transfer it to you. So that is one that people don't necessarily understand all the rules behind it, but yeah.
There's so many rules.
There are.
And it feels like they change every time.
Every
season they change. You're like, yes, they do. How do you keep up with that? Do you like have to keep taking courses or?
Yes. Every year we run an update class. I teach the basic class when we hire new individuals. So I am pretty much down pat on anything from a basic return. But every year we do have to. And it's not that you have to do it in order to be in the field, because chartered accountants or other industries might not necessarily go out of their way to find all the new rules.
Right.
It's not like we pay to like a nursing association, mm-hmm. which is deductible, by the way, your fees to that. Mm-hmm. It's not like we pay to one of those and they say, oh, you have to do this every year. We choose to do it, our company. So every year we do it and we make sure, because our goal is to make sure that you get the most amount, the least tax liability possible.
Right. Now, something different this year is you're taking on some new clients from Nortax.
Yes, unfortunately last year the owner of Nortax, Giselle, who was a lovely lady, passed.
Beautiful, yeah, she was so awesome.
Yes, and Giselle and the owner of Liberty, who's Angel Farrar, had a very good, close working relationship. If we had something that they could accommodate or something that we could accommodate, the two ladies worked back and forth and would call each other, and it was a good working relationship. Mm-hmm. So when she passed, her sisters, knowing that that was something that they had together, they approached one another. I'm mm-hmm. not exactly sure how all the behind stuff happened, but yeah, and it was something that Giselle wanted to keep her business going. She loved her clients, and we are looking forward to continuing that love and hoping that everybody comes back to us.
And you know what? As a former NordTax person, my husband and I have been going there for years, and we got a letter, and it was, I thought, such a lovely thing to explain all of the stuff that Melissa's just talking about. But you know how sometimes companies just all of a sudden shut down, they don't tell you about it, and you think, oh, I guess that wasn't all that important. But they sent a nice letter and told us where all the offices are. If you need a suggestion, we would highly suggest Liberty. And so I thought it was just really handled professionally and kindly. And I felt like as a customer that I was being thought of. So that's a nice thing.
That is something we strive for all the time with all our clients. It is a very warm, friendly atmosphere when you come into any Liberty Tax.
You know what, too? I think, Melissa, a lot of people like myself have no clue about anything like that. And it's kind of scary in a way because you're at a disadvantage. You don't know what to bring. You don't know if how much work is involved. It's just such an intimidating thing for someone like myself. And I think it's so awesome when people are just normal about it. They're like, oh yeah, no, we'll take care of you.
Well, Liberty Tax's slogan is, you do life, we'll do taxes.
Awesome. Oh, I love that. You know what? I know where I'm going already. And I'm asking for Melissa. Now, before we get to some of the other issues, you wanted to talk about Leafy.
Yes, so our logo is a leaf. So actually we have, as you may have seen at our 3 locations outside, is our Leafies. So they stand out there and they wave. So when Angel expanded her business, she actually went to Community Living Algoma and asked for individuals that might have been on disability or have some sort of mentally challenged who might not otherwise be able to obtain certain jobs. And they were gracious enough to provide us with some individuals, and they stand out there and they absolutely love their job, and they get so excited when people wave and honk at them. So please wave and honk at them. They love it. And
you know what? They're out there waving. It doesn't matter what is going on. They're waving. They're just, and you know what? It's sort of old-fashioned. It's not like a big sign with lights and stuff, and it's so effective though.
It is. And then we also have miniature versions of those, and they're little stuffed animals that we sell in the stores for $5, and all of the proceeds we donate to the soup kitchen every year.
Terrific. That's awesome. Now, when we come to you with our tax returns and the forms and the scary stuff, what should we bring with us? Just the forms, or do we need receipts?
So you're going to need all your income slips.
Okay.
So you're going to need, I'm going to use a little jargon here, your T4s, your T4Es, your all of those. So any type of income you have in your life, you're going to want to bring that slip in. You're also going to want to bring photo ID because we are dealing with personal information. We like to make sure we're talking to who we're talking to. Privacy is of the utmost importance. And then as for receipts, anything, I'd rather you bring me too much, thinking you can claim it, than not bring me enough. But I will always ask the questions and see if you have certain things. So I was already mentioned medical and students, child care receipts. You used to be able to claim your kids' sports. You can't anymore, so don't bring those, please.
Oh, that's unfortunate because it's expensive, isn't it?
It is very expensive.
Wow.
Your property tax, your rent receipts. Those are the main ones.
The big ones.
Yeah, that we normally see. If you run a business or self-employed or then what you can do is bring in all your receipts for those as well, or at least have a breakdown for us on what you spent for gas and the vehicles and stuff like that. Those are typically the people who need more receipts. The average Joe and Jane, it's just straightforward.
It's just the straight stuff. You know what? I had heard somewhere that if someone uses natural substances like a natural protein powder or natural vitamins, that they can claim them.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, good to know.
You have to have a prescription.
A prescription.
If a doctor does not write you a prescription, Canada Revenue Agency will say no go.
All right, good to know. So if we want to start thinking about taxes, when's the season start, and is there such a thing as getting, you know, a foot in first and getting it out of the way?
So companies have until February 28th to send out their T4s by law. Most of the government slips are usually out by the middle of February, so we start to see a ramp up around the middle of February, and everybody has until April 30th in Canada.
April 30th,
Not
good
the
to know.
15th.
Okay, good to know.
File their taxes without penalty or interest. But oftentimes we'll see at the beginning of January, individuals will come in with their last pay stub and say to us, okay, how much more do I need to put into an RSP to make my tax liability zero, because the RSP
Right.
deadline is March 1st.
Right.
So we often do that at the beginning of the year quite a bit.
And that's kosher, that's all good? You guys
Of
don't
course.
mind that?
We do not mind helping at all,
Awesome.
whether it's planning for things like
Right,
RSPs
yeah.
or assisting you with an issue that you're having with CRA. That's what we're there for.
Terrific. Now, should we make an appointment, or can we just, you know, we're driving by, drop in?
Either or.
Either or, you can
It's
do
up
both.
to you.
Oh, awesome.
If you'd like to see a specific preparer, you're
Yes.
comfortable with so-and-so, it's best to make an appointment because their schedule may change or they might not be available all the time. If you're just dropping it off, you can drop it off and say it's for Melissa, or just pop on in, and any one of the tax preparers are more than capable of helping you.
That's terrific. Good to know. Now, if we want to make an appointment, is there like a head office that we should call, a phone number, or drop into?
Right now, our only location open is the main office on Northern Avenue.
Okay.
And you can call us at 705-450-0070. And all the phones are directed there, so somebody there can help you out, no problem at all.
Terrific. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. I
Have a
enjoyed
Merry
it.
Christmas.
You too. Thank you.
We'll be back right after this.